But just go for it and just like really just take this next 45 minutes and make it the best that you can possibly make it. There's no need to go too fast, there's no need to go too slow. It's kind of just go what your body tells you to go with and feel the way you're supposed to move. And the minute that you feel like you can't do any more, you go for a split second more. And that will propel you to the next level of fitness. And that's what we're trying to do today. Powerade Zero, no excuses. It's no excuses for you not to be as fit as you can possibly be.
So last weekend, I got the opportunity to sit down with Shaun T, the creator of Insanity and Hip Hop Abs, and he's got a new one out called Asylum. So in case you don't know who that is, Shaun T is the one that you've seen in all the infomercials with the glorious abs, probably right after like a P90X commercial or something like that. So the Insanity program, this is actually it. This is how it shows up to you. It feels like a brick, and it's just the packaging alone for me was intense enough. So it's obviously a set of numerous DVDs with all the different workouts, and the name is totally true. It is insane. If you've never done Insanity or you don't know anything about it, basically a normal Tabata workout would be like 30 seconds on and maybe 10-second rest, something along those lines. Insanity is more like 3 to 5 minutes on and then a 30-second rest. So it is high intensity. The program calls for like 6 days a week, and I think if it was the only workout you were doing, that's possible. For most runners, there is no way you can't do this every week or every day and have good runs. So I asked Shaun about it, and he said, you know, try doing it 2 to 3 times a week. And here's the reason why. Beyond just working on, say, your fast twitch muscle fibers, which, you know, you're doing in those plyo exercises, the other thing that you're getting from this is some shoulders, some arms, some core work, and that may sound silly because you're a runner, but what it's helping with is muscular endurance. So if you're lifting weights, runners may not need to lift 50 pounds. That's muscular strength. We need endurance. We need to know that at mile 10 or mile 20, whatever you're running, your body isn't going to fatigue. And yes, your arms and your shoulders and your back, everything can fatigue if you haven't had a way to work those muscles. So this is a great tool for that. Again, 2 to 3 times a week, and I would say even work up to that. It's totally different from running. It's going to change a lot of your muscles. It will help with injury prevention, just like any cross training. So beyond that though, what I was really excited to find when I sat down with Shaun was how genuine he is. So if you've seen the infomercials or you actually have tried any of his programs, he has this way of just looking at the camera, and it's like he's looking at you and he says, you can do it. And he means it, and he believes it, and he is extremely passionate about that idea. But he's also really aware of the fact that he can't motivate you. So motivation comes from within. And in the interview, he listed a couple of books, which I've got on the site, and some other things like that. But I also asked him a little bit about business sense. So how do you get to be so successful as a personal trainer? Because so many folks are trying to do that now. And it came down to 2 things. One was, again, that passion and that intensity. But the other thing he mentioned was relationships. And there are definitely times where you're doing things and you feel like, why am I not getting paid for this or paid more for this? But sometimes it's about building the relationship. And I really and truly believe this was not just lip service. And the reason I say that is because of how he interacted with me. It was truly our first meeting. It was kind of loud where we were at, so he actually said, you know, I really want to be able to talk. We walked outside, literally outside of the convention center where it was quiet, and we could just talk. And when I left, he took both of my hands, looked me in the face, and said, it was really nice to meet you. It was a fantastic reminder for me as a person about how when you simply pay attention to someone, like focus on them, not like, hey, I'm talking to you, oh, what's going on over there, oh, someone needs me over here, but you really focus in on them, it changes the whole dynamic of the conversation. It changes the way both of you feel in that conversation. So it was fantastic. You can read the entire interview on the website, but I really would like to hear from those of you who have tried Insanity. I did some of the workout this weekend at the event, and they were some of the new things that he's doing in his DVD called Asylum. And I like the idea of it as well, because he did admit that now, being 34 versus when he was 21, his body reacts a little differently. Like, he needed this kind of crazy all-out intensity when he was younger, but now he is trying things like Tai Chi, so you'll even see some of the ab workouts I feel like are a little bit slower motion, but seriously no less intense. So I would love to hear from you if you've tried it, or if you've met Shaun T too. I would love to know what you thought of him. I just thought it was amazing to meet him in person and have that real, honest, experience from someone who, in a lot of ways, you think is kind of untouchable because they're a part of the Beachbody family, which is huge. So it was great.